This video was in Nigeria.
Okay.
If I don't know, for copyright purposes, I would have shared this video with you. But then I think it was a 17, 18, and a 19-year-old girls. Yes.
Okay.
They were at a poolside and they were asked their age, and they mentioned their ages.
Right.
Then they were asked their body count. I think the minimum in there was 8. The minimum in there was 8. I think it was the younger one who even had a higher body count. Yes, the 17-year-old.
Okay.
And they were very proud about it. They weren't even shy. Okay. I would let you see that video.
Could it be?
I'm coming. I'll let you see that video. If you deem it fit to share with your viewers, then we'll talk to your producers so we see how we can fuse the video into one of your sections.
That.
One night stand, bra. Let's go to my car. Let's go to the drugstore and go and buy a condom. Charlie, the vibe will die. Jasso. The Bluetooth has spared.
Could he not have masturbated?
Or maybe settle for a BJ or something.
No, but she has 8, so
a BJ,
going down on
a BJ might smoothen his chances of catching HIV.
Okay, but not the 8
yes.
itself.
Not really. He might have to have a sore down there.
Right.
She might have to have a sore in her mouth.
In her mouth.
Yes.
Okay.
To trigger infection.
He could have settled for a hand job or something, masturbation or something.
There could be a wound in her palm.
Hey.
So you
this
see.
One is. Hello there. This is Love City. Nana Kudevi here. Your fine wine in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. Here's what. I have been thinking about this thing I want to share with you. I don't know why people don't keep the same momentum they used in winning you to become their lovers when they've already had you. I mean, why don't they keep the same pace at which they grabbed you or you became their boyfriend or their girlfriend? What happened? Is it that we get tired of each other? I don't know. I take a breather when I come back. I introduce to you my guest in the studio. I would ask him the same question and see what he would have to say about that. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Thank you very much for staying with me. In the studios today, I have the Grandmaster himself. Again, this is Love City. All you definitely need is love. My name is Nakunedu. Grant, when I commenced, I was asking my audience a question. I mean, relationship end very soon these days. Is it that we don't keep the same momentum at which we win our spouses over when they are already ours, like when they become ours? Is it that the same pace becomes something? Do we get tired of each other? Or what? What is it?
I'm not going to do, first of all, blessings to your viewers. I want them to know that we appreciate them same way. Every time we put our work out there, they keep sharing it. They are the real MVPs, like you keep saying.
The real MVPs.
First of all, relationship itself these days are a bit overrated.
You think so?
I think so, and I know so, and I believe so.
Okay.
You see, people tend not to keep the same energy they use in getting one's attention. But then you can't blame them. Relationship these days comes with a lot of expectations.
Okay.
Nana Konedu, I mean, I can try, but I can't keep the same energy always.
Why? Why can't you keep the same energy you used in winning him or her over?
Nana Konedu, we are humans.
I mean...
It's never said anywhere that we are supposed to be perfect.
Okay.
You get it?
Right.
But then we can compromise. That's the best any human can do.
Okay.
I can love you. I might not be doing the things I usually used to do.
Okay.
Because problem no they finish.
Okay.
We have ways we used to face our problems here. There might be 99 problems. We just look at the ones we can face for now. I take out one problem and I solve it, one after the other. There shouldn't be any reason or any time where you would want to gather all your problems and solve them at once. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Love itself is a problem sometimes.
Okay.
I can choose to give you my attention today, Tomorrow I'm paying attention to another problem.
Why? Why can't we keep the same effort? Anyway.
Nana can you do? There's one thing you have to understand. Love, we know the shop.
Eish. Okay.
Love na feeling where the day body.
Okay.
We know the chop love.
Okay.
There's this thing people usually like do. I sit back and I laugh at those mistakes. I might want to get your attention. I might be calling you 4 to 3 times a day,
Right.
20 times in a week. Then all of a sudden you might say, okay, because I have given myself to you, so all of a sudden
No more calling
you get it.
you know.
It's sometimes you just have to realize the kind of person you are dealing with.
Okay.
I have issues before love. Before love, problems day. After love, problems go still day.
Okay.
What I go? So today I'm channeling my inner Nigerian. So sometimes
Okay.
we shouldn't be expecting too much of our partners.
Okay.
Where you realize they fall short, try to meet them up there. I used to call you always. All of a sudden, you are noticing I'm not calling anymore. Call me.
Call me back.
Check up on me.
Check up on me.
Don't
also.
just sit home and assume that Koya mami will be before. So I don't want to talk to you
Probably
anymore.
he's cheating.
Or probably
She's
because
cheating.
I have gotten the so
Right.
I now don't want to give you the attention.
Okay.
If we tend to live life that way, trust me, love would always flow in between us.
Okay.
It shouldn't be a one-sided affair.
Okay. You've heard from my gentleman, the Grandmaster himself, in the studios today. Grand. Today's story. Let me not say much. Let me read. Hi, Nana. I am in a huge mess. So I have been in a relationship with my girl for 4 years. August this year, we will be tying the knot. She's been very good and supportive. That I won't lie. Do I blame the devil for my act? Or it was my own selfishness? Nana, I went to a party with some friends early February and something crazy happened. I had a one-night stand with a lady I met. Nana, I was drunk. Probably I didn't know what I was doing, but I had sex with this girl. Crazy. I know this girl did things I had never felt in my life. And I am a man. I wanted to have a taste of her, and that was the stupidest thing I have ever done in my entire life. Nana, I found out 10 minutes ago that I am AIDS positive. I have AIDS. I don't know this lady from anywhere. To think of where to find her. Is this the devil's work? I just can't lose my girl too. Our wedding is just 2 months away, and I don't know what to do. Should I tell her? She will want a breakup. My plan is to just go under medical treatment and go on with the marriage. Nana, I sincerely don't want to lose her. I am frustrated. Please help me. This happened in early February. He went to a party with his friends. He met somebody he do not know from anywhere, and he had sex with her. Who does that? Grandmaster, over to you, Jolate.
You see, there's this thing I always preach among my brethren. I keep telling them, don't let one moment of a good time ruin what can last a lifetime for you. This is an example of me saying that. Of course, I fuck up. Who never fuck up hands in the air? Of course. But this type of fuck up, there's no coming back. You might get medication. Just think about the stigma alone.
Right.
I know we live in a more digitized world now where people are beginning to accept people with HIV in our communities, that we don't stigmatize them, we don't point fingers at them, as it used to be some 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
But this young man goofed big time.
He's messed up.
Big time. I feel sorry for a brother too, of course. But then he's fucked up big time. You just let one moment of ecstasy ruin a lifetime plan for you. As you are saying now, you are about to get married. This is someone's daughter. I keep emphasizing on this show. I don't know why it keeps popping up. People are not taking the for better for worse serious anymore. Nah. For better for worse. This is your worst, young man. It doesn't come as worse as this.
Right.
Share your worst.
Right.
If she is your missing rib, she will stay. If she's not yours, like you are saying, go on treatment.
Go on.
Reintegrate yourself into society. Talk to the people who understand this kind of issues. Seek therapy if you have to.
Very necessary. I think the therapy thing is very necessary, but right now, the harm has already been done. This, I don't know whether he's a gentleman, I don't know if to call him a gentleman now or a bushman now, wants to still keep whatever he has found out to himself and marry.
Men has come.
Like I say all the time.
You see,
I'm glad you are seconding me on that.
yeah, these days you are making me interested in that conversation. But you see, it's evil to want to keep something of this sort away from the lady.
Right.
I mean, this is someone you're going to stay with for a lifetime. Marriage is a lifetime sentence. With the small handcuffs on your fingers. Yes, of course. If you ask me to define marriage, that is how I will tell you. Yes, it's a lifetime sentence which you have your handcuffs on your fingers. So you want to get attached to this person living with HIV,
Right.
AIDS, and you want, no, this can't happen. You have to come clean. Tell this young lady, Madam, this is what is happening. This is what is at stake.
Right.
Love me, love my dog, or people, you can move. I know this life, I can't kill myself, but this can't be it. You can't play with someone's life like that.
Right.
Allow her make her own choices and decisions. If she's going to stay, she would stay.
She would stay.
It shouldn't be for the fact that you love the person too much that you want to bury that side and talk. No, it's not done. This is pure evil, young man. Voice out. For all you know, she might accept you just the way you are and go on with the marriage. But
I think she's going to leave him.
I mean,
the mere sound of hearing that,
would you fault her?
I would not.
Would you fault her?
This is where he's scared.
So,
To tell
because
her.
of this, you keep mute?
Because, I mean, even the reason as to which that happened, I mean, you know.
I mean, I haven't even thought about that act yet. I'm more emphasized on the HIV. If I want to go into that act, like I always say, it's an acrimonious catastrophe. Because it was a one night stand.
You don't know this.
A moment of ecstasy. Man come, woman come, now problem come.
And then he kept mentioning the fact that he was drunk, trying to blame his act on the devil.
That's
on
why
alcohol.
I sip my alcohol. You see, that thing, I dey tell you, I say man come, woman come, now problem come.
Right.
You have to be
Right.
careful where
Right.
you want to come.
Hey!
Otherwise, problem go what?
Come.
So you see, this brethren has goofed.
Right. I think we need to sign Grandmaster, a new artist on the block. The way he is, that's called rhyming, right?
I tell you
the
no
way
lie.
he's rhyming there.
You see, it's a big mess because you are not good with alcohol. You have no business touching alcohol. You are not good around ladies. You have no business sniffing around.
Right.
Know your limits, brethren. 18 years and above doesn't mean, say, when you are 18, 19, 20, you can just go and drink. There's an inscription below there, drink responsibly. This is why it is there. Don't watch the age limit. In this day and era, I have seen 16-year-olds who can drink and be stabilized more than 50-year-olds.
I tell you.
So drink responsibly. Know your limits. Stop giving the excuse and blaming the devil and blaming it on the alcohol brands.
Right.
They have done you no harm. That's why it's inscribed there. Drink responsibly, 18 years and above only. Don't watch the age. Don't say because I am 40 years, I am 35 years. It doesn't apply to me. You understand? People keep doing this and saying it was the alcohol. No, madam, big man, own up. Tell the lady your truth. It could be marriage on pity basis. Well, that is marriage enough. Yes, she could have mercy on you. Get help. Because I have emphasized on this on the subsequent shows I have been on that. There were times when I feel like people go into relationships damaged. This can also be labeled as the man going into this marriage being damaged. Seek therapy before you damage someone's daughter. It's uncalled for. It's not needed. There's no gentlemanship about this at all. Keeping mute about your HIV/AIDS status and getting married to this innocent young lady.
Right.
It shouldn't be done.
It shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't be done.
Okay.
You don't do this and go to church every Sunday and call yourself a Christian.
I mean, Dan, if you take it to the church, you know there are a lot of people who are hiding things, unthinkable things, to themselves, yet they are in churches and they play big roles in the church.
Nana Kori, that's what the church is meant for. People don't know. Let me enlighten you.
That's what the church is
Yes, that is what the church is meant for.
That is what the church is for?
That is what the church is meant for.
Okay. To hide things?
I'm coming. Not to hide things,
Okay.
not to run away from reality.
Okay.
But I have to let your viewers know this.
Okay. Tell us, enlighten us.
You have a problem at home. Your heart is heavy and weary. Where else to put your baggage? Is it not in the house of the Lord? You don't only go to church looking all fabulous and with your makeup on and stuff like that.
Why?
People find solace at the church grounds. People these days go to church to look for love. People these days go to church to go and look for connections and all those social things you can think of. But then, if you are weary and broken, where else to be than the house of the Lord?
Okay.
That is what people have done these days. Like they've like ceremonized the church that is not really serving its purpose anymore. You go to some churches and it's nice. We have to get up there, but then it doesn't even feel Christ-like anymore.
Why?
You are at the church now and it feels like you are in some nightclub. You are in the church now. Yes, you see.
But
comfortability. Listen, I have no problem with comfortability.
Right.
But then, are we really selling the message? I've heard someone say, "Come to my church. You go see air conditioning.
Oh.
Come to my church. You go come see some seats and things for inside.
Oh.
The way when people they dress." I'm like, yo, the fuck? Excuse my language.
Please.
I'm like,
Please.
yo.
The mess.
Yo.
Use the mess. The F word you've been.
You see, so I ask myself, Nana Koredu, what are we putting up there? The only thing necessary for the man of God in the house of the Lord is to help guide the children of God to the kingdom of heaven, but that is not being done anymore.
Okay.
Flashy things. That is why we have arrived here.
Right.
People have problems these days and they can't even talk to their pastors anymore because they are afraid their pastors have social media accounts they will share such information on.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the enlightenment. Thanks for educating us.
Anytime.
Back to the matter on the grounds. What should he do?
Like I always say, I hate that I put this big men in this kind of position always. It looks like that is what I always do.
Okay.
Go to your church, talk to a higher authority there. Someone who has knowledge about Christ and his teachings.
Okay.
We are all sinners, like the good book says. Tell this man what you have done. Admit what you have done.
To the pastor.
Be remorseful.
To the pastor. Before he speaks.
Whilst being remorseful, be ready for repentance.
Okay. Be ready for repentance. Hold on for me there. Be ready for repentance. Glorica says, this is astonishing. Wow. Like what? Man mess up big time. This has nothing to do with the devil's handiwork. He stupidly chose this path and must bear the consequences thereof. I think it's best to go clean to his girl if he really loves her, simply because after marriage, sex comes out. What then will he do when they are to get intimate with each other? It's better to be honest with her now, in order for her to choose her stance, than to be deceived and to be trapped in a marriage filled with regrets. Lady says he should be able to tell his wife to be. If he undergoes medical treatment without informing the wife and she gets to find out, she will blame him for not telling her. And there will be a breakup. All right. Joyce says he should be bold enough and tell her before marriage. Hey, it's amazing how this story is not getting the men talking. It's getting the women talking. Okay.
Joyce says
he should be bold enough and tell her before marriage. What if he gets married to her and transfer it to the lady? Do you think the lady can ever forgive him? His own mess, so he should deal with it. In his next world, he will be extra careful. Hey. It's so sad, but I think he should be bold. For losing her would be the lady's decision. Not telling her will be selfish in his part. Okay. Thank you, guys. Grand.
Wapa.
Remorse, repentance.
Yes. Then this very good man of God would follow him home and explain to the wife to be the extent of damage he has admittedly done.
Okay.
That is the start. When you accept something, you're on the road to freedom. Own it. This is what you have done. You can't turn back the hands of time.
Right.
By keeping quiet, you are putting the next generation in trouble.
In trouble. I'm just thinking out loud. That, okay. So why didn't he use it? Okay.
So, partial. Jaso.
I
I like the curve you have turned just now. You see, but then he didn't have that sort of mindset going to the party to carry a condom around.
Right.
Just that split-second decision
I know, right?
has authored your life for life. Meanwhile, you know be SN. Mercy.
Please, I need somebody to sign Grandmaster for me. The boss is giving me today in the studios here. It's serious.
But then, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, like they always say. Yeah. I mean, this young lady can just overlook all these flaws.
Would she? That's the thing. Would she?
Would
you have your sister do that? Overlook?
You see, when it comes to issues concerning love, you can't advise anybody. You can only tilt them to the right path.
Like they say, you can't advise a person in love.
You can never. So what we are doing now, we are just tilting them to the right path. We can't advise anybody. That's the secret about the whole thing. Our opinion might help shape your decision.
Your decision, right?
Yes. Okay, so a blow inevitably yours. The earlier encountered saves you from further what? Inconvenience.
Right.
This is what he has to do. Odi we nima kohodeda. Jinin tentem. Let the man come home.
I'm still hating.
I mean, say a jasso.
No, on a serious note, why do you men do that?
He was drunk.
He was drunk, saying.
Okay. One night stand, bra. Let's go to my car. Let's go to the drugstore and go and buy a condom. Charlie, the vibe will die. Jasso. The Bluetooth has sped.
Could he not have masturbated?
Or maybe settle for a BJ or something.
No, but she has AIDS, so
a BJ might smoothen his chances of catching HIV.
Okay, but not the AIDS
yes.
itself.
No, not really. He might have to have a sore down there.
Right.
She might have to have a sore in her mouth. Yes. Okay. To trigger infection.
He could have settled for a hand job or something, masturbation or something.
There could be a wound in her palm.
Hey.
So you see,
this one here is too much.
He should have just kept it clean. Go to the party, have fun, and come back home. So if
he mentioned some part in his write-up. He said she did things
I tell you,
never felt before.
You should have panicked.
I've never encountered.
You should have panicked.
Before.
You should have panicked. Too much experience. You should have panicked. You see, some of us we are experienced in the right way. You see it, and some people too are experienced. So you see, too much experience sometimes is alarming.
With a question mark and a lot of exclamation marks.
Yes. Too much experience sometimes raises a lot of question marks. You see, some of the things she did, she might have had to go deep.
Okay.
You see, and when you go digging deep down, you start meeting things you are not supposed to meet. So I just worry for the brother. It was an accidental occurrence. But then if you had just kept it clean, like I was saying, go to the party, just have fun, come back home to your lady. I don't know if it's that kind of celibacy relationship, or it was that kind of celibacy man till their marriage that made this thing happen. Charlie, sometimes I know they understand these things. Just go to your party, have a few drinks, make friends, exchange contacts, and come house. You have no business sticking your D into somebody's P. Yo, bro, what's up? All the same, I still feel bad for you regardless. I might be hard and firm on you, but then I still feel sorry for the brother. I'm just trying to put myself in his shoes, but unfortunately I'm size 45. It might be 40,
he might be
43
or
44. You understand?
Right.
So it's just sad. It's just sad. But then a higher authority in the church might help smoothing things.
Right.
Especially if you find yourself a churchy lady or someone who understands the way of our Maker. Because our Maker works in mysterious ways. You get it. So if you find someone who understands this teachings and theologies, it might help you. But then the first thing that would come into mind on every single Ghanaian lady I might have come into contact is run away for your life. And I won't blame them. Oh no, not at all. I won't.
I mean, even you, the guys, would do that.
Of course, I wouldn't.
I mean,
blame.
you'd be like, hey.
I won't blame anybody. Yes.
Leave my house.
I can't walk on bare glass barefooted.
Right.
Yes, this is like walking on bare glass, barefooted.
I also believe he should tell her, and if she wants to leave, she can leave.
It would be no fault of hers.
Yeah.
But I think there are medications now that would yes. Yes, there are medications now.
They can even have kids.
Oh yeah. There are medications
his
now.
Wife and
yes, there are medications now that getting infected. Yeah.
Right.
There are medications now. So if he talks to her and she understands, then they can seek the necessary medical treatments they will both need. Yes.
Right, okay. So you are saying that he should tell
Definitely.
the girl.
I'm in support. It's a big yes.
Now, this is going to be my very last question, and this is going to be your submission on this question. The Gen Zs of today, I would want to say Gen Z because I say, Yena sa nyoman way so. Is it necessary to want to have sex with anybody at all you meet, even for twice in a day, or you've met the person a week, and then the week later, like it seems you've known him or her for a lifetime, and you want to risk that thing? I feel today's generation and sex, it's like buying toothbrush.
I'm a bit taken aback by your question, because when it comes to this issue and today's generation, sex, money, love, it's quite confusing and very, very complicated to deal with. I watched a video less than 24 hours ago.
Okay.
Where this video was in Nigeria.
Okay.
If I don't know, for copyright purposes, I would have shared this video with you. But then I think it was a 17, 18, and a 19-year-old girls. Yes.
Okay.
They were at a poolside and they were asked their age, and they mentioned their ages.
Right.
Then they were asked their body count. I think the minimum in there was 8. The minimum in there was 8. I think it was the younger one who even had a higher body count. Yes, the 17-year-old.
Okay.
And they were very proud about it. They weren't even shy. Okay. I would let you see that video.
Could it be?
I'm coming. I'll let you see that video. If you deem it fit to share with your viewers, then we'll talk to your producers so we see how we can fuse the video into one of your sections. We could do a whole topic about sex these days. Then I watched another video in Ghana.
Okay.
Yes. They were also very young ladies, but with them, I don't think they mentioned their age, but from their looks, you could tell that they were very young. They were talking about sex, and they were making emphasis to the fact that they like big dicks. Excuse my language.
Oh, come on. Come on, Grant.
They emphasized on the fact that they themselves, they liked it big.
Okay.
If you look at the people saying they like it big, you ask yourself, are these the future leaders?
What can be done? What can be done, Grant? Because it's serious. Like, I mentioned this because of the man's story. Like, you met somebody for the very first time and you decided to have sex with her. You don't know her. You blame this on alcohol and the devil. So it takes me back to today's generation. It takes me, it gets me thinking. Like, today's generation, what's with today's generation?
Okay,
And
so let me say this. This is one man's opinion. I always like saying that. Some 40 years ago, parenting have changed. Some 30 years ago, parenting have changed. Some 20 years ago, parenting have changed.
Some 10 years ago.
Look at your fathers. I'm trying to educate this.
Disappeared.
I'm trying to educate this younger one or something.
Okay.
Look at your father's age. Then look at your age.
Right.
Do the calculations.
Right.
You would get a firm understanding of what I'm trying to let you understand. Look at fathers these days. Let them mention their ages.
Okay.
And look at their kids.
Okay.
So you have what we call in Ewe befu, raising children who are jimakpla.
What's the meaning of that?
Truants raising truants.
All right. Okay.
So teenage pregnancy has given birth. Teenage pregnancy has given birth. Now teenage pregnancy has turned into a mother.
Right.
How does teenage pregnancy advise their wards?
Nurture. Good nurturing. Right.
You see where the problem is coming from?
Yeah.
A whole host of young mothers and fathers.
True. True.
Put me anywhere, I'll tell you this. In Kwalano, you're saying people might, I beg to differ. People might say, and you'll be some people are, you have pastors' kids doing this too, you have lawyers' kids. Yes, it's understandable. But then, 60, 70, 80% of these kids these days doing these things. Poor parenting.
Right, poor parenting. Hold on for me. I have one more last message when I read. Give me your final submission because my producer is going to beat me. So Selassie says he would have immediately cancelled the wedding if the roles were reversed. He's saying he doesn't want to lose his girlfriend. He should also think about the trust she would lose if she finds out after marriage. Nothing stays hidden forever. Maybe tell her you got cut or something by a sharp object in public and you decided to go for a test and the results came out negative. Okay, so now he's lying. He should lie also. Grandmaster, your final submission.
So you see, just like that, you
don't
lie.
have to
If you
really
lie, you back it up with another
Right.
lie. To back it up, Selassie, you made a very solid point in there when you were ending. And I'll say agro. Oh, I didn't. So you see, it's quite sad when you look at this generation because someone should have advised their mothers.
Right. No one did.
No one did. So because the mom has no form of upbringing, how do they bring these children up?
Right.
We have played with teenage pregnancy in the past. Now look at the sort of future leaders we have.
It's having a humongous effect on everything we do.
I have never claimed anywhere to be a perfect child,
Right.
but I don't give my parents headache.
Okay.
Oh yes, of course. Problem and troubles end in town. I don't bring it to their doorstep. But some people would spoil their town,
And
go
come and
home.
spoil home. Grant. Maybe I had time permitting me. I know that you have a lot of things you would want to say. I will make time for us to have that conversation. This generation and sex. I think we really need to have that conversation. Guys, thank you very much for sharing with me your thoughts on this story. And to you, dear writer, I hope that whatever we've said here, whatever Grant has said so far, like he mentioned, will guide you when making your decision. But what we are saying actually is tell her if she wants to stay with you, that's her decision to make. Until I come your way again, Drink a lot of water, eat healthy, and mind your business. Bye bye.
Studios 2 TV. The truth is here, in your eyes.